Aussie. 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 Angry Aussie. Aussie. Angry.
Look at me on a Saturday night for the first time in, I don't know, quite a while, month and a half, something like that. Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. I got some money because I just got paid. Possibly. Anyway, I might set up to make a video. I've been barrel aging my Applejack, and I want to see if it tastes better. So, I think I'll set that up. Let's go. Okay, get some tasting glasses. Do these two, because it tain't whiskey that we're having. Ooh. That built up a bit of pressure from the fermenting, I think. Okay. Unaged Applejack. Definitely not illegal. Hey, suffer. Let's go. Now. Which of these actually had the Applejack in it? Because the frickin' label fell off. So this one? Nope, it is not that one. That is port. A 50-50 chance, and I'm going to have to rinse this. The port's going to be too strong a flavour. Tell you what, it's not bad for dirt cheap port. Not fantastic. Very sweet. Right, I'm just going to rinse this glass. I actually second-guessed myself with that. Hello, Madam Butterfly. I second-guessed myself with that. I think it's this one. And I went, maybe I'm wrong. It's the other one. Okay. Hey, stop leaking, you fuck. Okay. Okay. It is a little bit darker, which I expected. Okay. Do I want to make this in two halves? Or do I want to... I am in two minds. Let's get this out for a start. Okay. Put this camera on here. Yes, sir. I can boogie. Here we go, here we go, here we go. There are queue for incredibly low. Let's get this shit sorted. Okay, und this light, I'm putting over, yeah, just like that we do. Okay, let's move these. I get that there. We're going to do 3/4 of an inch of these. So let's convert 3/4 of an inch. Wo ist meine Apple Brandy? Hiding in the back it is. Not much of it left. That is, wow. That's just enough of what I wanted. I have to get some more Calvados. Okay. Okay. Wait a second, where's my phone? I'm just triple checking something now. Come on, you fuck. Don't give me shit. Sidecar. No, we do not do that. Okay, I am ready to go. All right, let us go then, you and I. 3/4 of an ounce. And where's my lemon juice? 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Okay. That's enough of that. We'll put it in a Nick and Nora, I think. Let's get our shaker happening. Yes, yes. Okay, let's shake our little booties right down. Fucker. That went everywhere. Okay, that is enough shaking. Ooh, nicely done. Nicely done, that man. All right. Done, so. I'll take a picture for a screenshot. Thumbnail, I should say, not a screenshot. My fin. I just had a room call from Thune. Right. Easy peasy. Now a little bit of talky. This over here. Dun, dun, dun. Move the light, move the light. All right, let's get it on. And is this one? Okay. Let's get that sorted. That looks even. Can fix it in post if I. Oh, there we go. We're ready. Ready, steady. Ready, steady, mum spaghetti. G'day, cocktail lovers. I recently experimented with the dark arts of applejacking, which if you missed the video, you should go back and watch it. But it's the practice of freezing apple cider so the alcohol content concentrates essentially. The water element freezes first, you get rid of that, and the liquid that's left is higher alcohol content than the original cider. There's a legacy idea that this might be dangerous, and I think it's actually illegal in some parts of the world. It isn't here where I am, but it's certainly not dangerous, because the danger would have been if the process concentrated methanol in the cider. Modern commercially made cider doesn't have methanol. This isn't that dangerous. It's not, oh fuck, shit. There's a legacy idea that this could be dangerous, but that is from the olden days where maybe the base alcohol was a bit dodgy, had methanol in it, and if you concentrated it, you could be concentrating the methanol. I used modern commercially made cider, no methanol, so concentrating it does not introduce any danger. Plus, although it would raise the alcohol content, not by much, even if it doubled the alcohol content, that's still less than half as strong as a commercially available apple brandy. But me being me, I like to continue to experiment. And I thought it was a fairly successful experiment. It was quite palatable, if a little oversweet, the concentrated cider. But then I thought, barrel age it. Barrel aging usually puts a bit of depth in the flavors of either the spirit or the cocktail or whatever you put in the barrel. And I thought this might improve the Applejack flavor. The proof is in the pudding, as they say, and I kept a control, an unaged bit of the Applejack, and in the barrel, immediately I can see, as I would have suspected, it's darker because of the various things that have been in the barrel before that have soaked into it. Also, it's a charred barrel, so that would have made it darker. But I've had wines and cocktails and spirits in there. So who knows what flavors? You know who'll know what flavors? Me, after I taste it. As a refresher, I'm going to taste the unaged one. Yeah, it tastes like flat, possibly over sweet apple cider. What has the barrel aging done to it? I think it's brought out the fruit flavor a little bit more. It isn't just sweet now, it's mellowed and the flavor of it's gotten a bit richer. It tastes more like apple now, essentially. Next step, obviously, try it in a cocktail. I want to make a very appley cocktail, and I was inspired to do a riff on a sidecar. A sidecar normally has brandy, an orange liqueur, and lemon juice. So I'm going to go with an apple brandy. I'll be using a French Calvados. And instead of the orange liqueur, I'm going to put some of my barrel-aged Applejack in there. And then there'll be lemon juice as well. I'm very keen to see how this turns out. Here's how we make it. In a shaker, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of apple. In a cocktail shaker, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of apple. I keep wanting to say cider, and it's not cider, it is brandy. In a cocktail, In a cocktail shaker, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of apple brandy. Then I'm doing 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of my barrel-aged Applejack. And then 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 mils of lemon juice. Add ice to the glass, shake that good and hard for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. And then I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. I'm not going with a garnish for this. This is a test one. I guess if you wanted a garnish, you could do a slice of apple, dried apple, an apple fan, if you want to get really fancy. But I just want to see how this has turned out. Ooh, this is really interesting. The apple brandy and the lemon juice has really taken the edge off the sweetness. So this is now a really fruity drink. It's really quite pleasant. I'm quite happy with this Applejack experiment. I need to find more ways to use it. So you may see more Applejack cocktails down the line. And often when I say Applejack, people will think of the American apple brandy that's called Applejack. This is old school Applejack. It's not brandy. It's really just concentrated cider. It hasn't been distilled, but it's pretty good. I like it, and I'm going to continue to experiment. I hope you like my experiments and come back for more. Until I see you again, I will say cheers. Oh, I was just about to choke on spit then. That is such an awful feeling. Bleh. All right, it's been quiet, and now I'll actually talk to the chat. Oh, wait, I didn't turn that off. Got to turn this off. Gotta turn this off. Oh, that reminds me, empty bottle of pink lemonade. I wanted to have some more pink lemonade. It's pretty yum. Okay, let's sit down. Oh, check this out. Hello, Dr. Abigail. How are you? Safa, if you see something called Applejack in Australian stores, it will be an American apple brandy. Brandy is when you distill a fruit juice. Like classic brandy is grape based. Like classic brandy is distilled wine, essentially. It's like you can argue whiskey is basically distilled beer, a grain mash that's been fermented and then distilled. And that's what beer is, grain mash. So if you see something called Applejack in Australia, it will be a distilled apple brandy. Whereas what I made is just concentrated apple cider. Safa took a nap. Yeah, busy day. Naps are good, mate. Oh, I'm glad. I'm always glad you don't have to actively participate. I'd like to be just oral wallpaper for people. If you're doing something else, chores, housework, napping, it's all good. I can just be in the background. I'm not precious. Um, the the thing is, the Applejack I made, it's really sweet because it's concentrated sweet apple cider, so it's really sweet. Dr. Abigail, Brandy is a Buxom US exchange student. You met one very pleasant evening. Nice. Safa, I was having more of my low carb bake I made because it's like 4 meals. So I'm exploring low carb options, which largely means making my own food from now on. I do have one more week's worth of foods, so that will be lunches for the next week or so. And macaroni, nice. See, that's the thing. I love pasta, but pasta high in carbs, and I'm trying to cut it. So my bake actually had beans in it rather than pasta, and it fucking yummy. It was chicken and sausage and mushroom and onion and tomato and beans, and cover that in cheese and bake it. Freaking yum. Yeah, pretty nice weather today and tomorrow, I think. And then maybe 20 or even higher on Monday, and then possibly a lot of rain for the rest of the week. So I got this chicken thing from the supermarket. Oh, that's too much lemon juice. I should know not to put that much lemon juice. Normal people like it that much. I don't. Ooh, some sugar syrup, some saline, maybe. Wait, I've got this Demerara sugar syrup, and where's my saline? I feel like I haven't used my saline in ages. Wait, have I fucking lost it? What do I do with my saline solution? Oh, there it is. It's hiding. It's only a little bottle. All right. Okay, I'm back. I get this bottled Demerara sugar syrup. I did have my breakfast baguette. Now, technically, bread, very carb heavy. And if I'm cutting back on my carbs, I should minimize the bread I have. But it's my weekend ritual. Still doing that. And it was good. Rode a bike for the first time in years. Well, as the saying goes, you don't forget how to do it. I also have not ridden a bike in years. My bike is in the shed. Tires are flat, I would say. Maybe even punctured. Who knows? Not me. But to refuel the air. All right. In the bike tires, yes. Oh, yeah, that's much better. That was too much lemon juice. I was lying for my video. When I'm going, oh, that's nice. My instant thought was, too much lemon juice. What? I almost always use less than the recommended amount of lemon juice. This one, I used the recommended amount, and I was like, well, I regret my decision. But that's just the way it goes somewhat. How often do I refill car tires? When I notice that they've gone down a bit. Honestly, now you've made me think of it, Safa. I was thinking I should check them next time I get petrol. I don't remember. I do not remember the last time I checked them. It's normally if I notice they're looking a bit flat, I'll pump them up. But I am not the most rigorous person with car maintenance or any sort of maintenance, honestly. Not very handy. You were told once a season. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Oh, okay. I just made that so much nicer by putting some sugar syrup in it and a few drops of saline. That was really good. Windscreen. Okay. someone telling you to replace your windscreen wipers every year, they're in the pocket of big windscreen. There's no way you have to do that every year. You just do it if they're not working, essentially. No hangover, not even particularly tired this morning. I don't think I drank that much last night. I mean, my opinion, I didn't. Probably if you talk to a health professional with their knowledge of what's safe, they would have said, yeah, you shouldn't have drunk that much. And I'm like, what do you know with your evidence and research and firsthand experience? Get off my case is what I say. No, actually, you know what's up? I think I was really conscious of not waking Mrs. Angry because I told you the story of the last week. She said I made so much noise when I came in. And I was more drunk the previous Friday. Still, not paralytic, but I was more drunk. But I was not conscious of how much noise I was making when I went into bed last week. So I was conscious of it. I was, be good, do the right thing. So, yeah, well, I streamed for an hour longer last week. So, God, another hour. That probably meant I had 2 more drinks last week than I did this week. Oh, Hannah with a Super Baby update. Always keen to get Super Baby updates and continue to send the good vibes. Cypher, it's not a pancake day tomorrow. Might go and try out lawn bowls tomorrow, actually. We're thinking of, maybe joining this local bowls club, and they have coaching for beginners on Sunday mornings. So Hannah, Super Baby still in hospital, allowed a day trip. Local park for you guys, that's nice. Super Baby's rocking the recovery. Went for a stroll along the river, got some sunshine and fresh air. All good Super Baby news. That's what we like to hear. We want to hear the good Super Baby news. Okay, my ice is very weird. I was trying to make some Halloween ice today. Maybe you tell there's a skull on. Dude, can you see there's a skull on top of that? But it needed longer in the freezer. It's got a flat head, so I'll try again next week. You got called a fucking cunt for not letting someone steal shit. Good Lord. That was work-related news. Okay, good Lord. Oh, God. I'd be tempted to sing the TISM song at them at that point. I might be a cunt, but I'm not a fucking cunt. That's such a good phrase. Another person told you lost store a valuable customer. Returns didn't meet return policy. Damn. It's remarkable how often obnoxious people think they're valuable. It's like no one else thinks you're valuable. Which is a little harsh of me, I know. But, I'm a little bit harsh. What can I say? Said you could go fuck yourself. What a fucking cunts. Rudest people in the world didn't successfully steal a basket of stuff. I love that after saying that, they threw in, you're rude. That's particularly funny. So you got called a cunt just for riding your bike. Damn. Yeah, so someone wanted to return something that was not returnable, covered in dog hair and dust. Jesus. See, I'm really reticent to return stuff even when it's legitimate. I just get really self-conscious about it. Like if I buy something that's the wrong size and it like hasn't been worn, a lot of the time I won't return it because I just feel really self-conscious. Love that she was telling you to go fuck yourself. You were being nice. Asked to check her bags. Oof, yeah. There are a lot of people who, when they're aggressive or when they're making accusations, they're just covering for the fact they know they're wrong. And it's like the bigger the sort of fault on their part, the bigger their indignation will be. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I definitely could not try and return underwear. I would just chalk that up to experience. Kept watching the door. Noticed how many staff were there compared to usual. God. Dr. Gale purchasing new computer parts. Gives you poor considering making a deal with the devil for the best price. Oh, yeah, Amazon. Now I get, yes. Even though I have Amazon Prime, which I got for the streaming service, I very rarely buy stuff from them. But I'm still giving them money, so what the fuck? And instead of just leaving the basket and walking out, she brought the basket to the front, dumped it on the ground, started ranting they were all fucking rude. Realizing she couldn't steal stuff and it's all on you. Damn. Hey Greg, how you doing? Mm. She went to walk out, asked to check her bag. Yeah, would you ask everyone? Yes. That is actually fairly standard. I don't know that people will be surprised by that. And I'm sure you went up. I have actually had people be obnoxious. Yeah. So she told you to go fuck yourself while complying with the request. There you go. That's an interesting call. Yes, Greg, I was saying at the start, I haven't done a Saturday stream for over a month. Maybe a month and a half. I don't even remember how long. I know it's over a month, though. Asked to check out other bags. Said we're all a bunch of fucking guns. Go fuck yourselves. Oh, colorful characters. That's what we can call them. Damn, best part is if she'd walked out with no swearing, just showing her bags, would have ended there. Yeah. That's pretty wild. People, eh? People! What's the problem with them? People. Such a bunch of bastards, honestly. Because she abused the staff. Being recorded in the system, have video footage of her from the time she entered, including all her attempts at shoving stuff in her bag. Jesus. Oh. Well, I'm appreciating the color you're supplying, Hannah. Greg, you went through a weird credit card shop. Swipe your credit card, then leave. Video cameras, work out. Oh, yeah. Amazon opened shops like that. It's like the smart system is tracking what you put in your basket and you just walk out. I don't think they've been hugely successful. And about ruining days. Well, you're brightening my day with a colourful story. Oh, yes, Dr. Abigail, you had a gig today. It was a good gig. Nice. Greg, that was at the MCG. Okay. Weird. Yeah, as far as I know, Amazon tried a physical store doing that. And the system just has a huge amount of problems. Yeah, I mean it's kind of an interesting idea that you don't have to line up. Like if it worked flawlessly, it's the whole thing. You don't have to line up. You just go, oh, I got a few things. Now I'm going. Um, like, oh god. Okay, this is like a 40 km/h speed limit in my street. Whoever that hoon was clearly going over 40 km/h. Just saying. Which is a typical thing for an old person in my neighborhood to say. I am an old person in my neighborhood, so I can say it. And it was also directly in front of your boss, too. Looked at her and said, oh, should I go fuck myself or just get back to my job? And she said, yeah, go fuck yourself. At least your boss has a sense of humor. You know, that's a good thing. Hmm. Okay, the funny thing is with this Applejack I made, this is the unaged stuff, but the total, God, I've made like a liter of it. So I really do have to find things to do with it. I'm making a label for it as well. Yeah. Me and my friggin' experiments, and it's just like, oh, now I've got all this stuff. Okay, I will have to find something to do with it. Maybe it would be good in clarified cocktails, actually, because it's very sweet and flavorful. And the clarification process would take the edge off that, but probably carry a lot of the flavor through. See, I'm just doing experiments on experiments on experiments. I can't be stopped. And two options for surviving retail: cry or joke. Luckily, you mostly joke. Well, truly gutted at losing these customers. You're ruining their days. Have a long, hard look at yourself. It's just absurd what you can get away with if you're polite. And it is bizarre that people don't know how much they're fucking up their life by being aggressive and rude. People are fucking weird is all I'm going. Well, it's not all I'm going to say. I'm going to say much more than that. It's more a figure of speech go. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, now I'm going to say some more stuff because I am very opinionated. What is this? Sorry. I just been chucking various junks around and what is, oh, it's just a notepad. Okay. Cool. I acquire so much crap and I occasionally try to get rid of some of it, but then I find things go, what is this? It's like, where's this notebook? I think it's just here. Yeah, it's here. I found this notebook and I thought I'm going to write some stuff down, and then there's probably nothing in this notebook, and it's got all these notes for cocktails. Oh, it's got my wankers list in it, who I think are the worst wankers. Wine wankers are definitely the best, the worst. Then I think whiskey wankers are the second worst. Then it's all arguable. Like I've just put in rum wankers, beer wankers, cocktail wankers, coffee wankers, chocolate wankers, and then non-consumables. Music wankers, car wankers, vegan wankers, hippie wankers. Just trying to have a definitive list of fucking wankers. So it's honey, had someone come in this afternoon, had a return, didn't meet the requirements, but she was nice, so you did it. Admittedly, the person who refused had dog hair. I mean, I'm really concerned about the dog hair covered underwear, honestly. Person you approved had clearance item, final sale, bought it 10 minutes beforehand, hadn't even left the store. Water wankers are bad. The one that gets super particular. Oh, pH levels and carbon. Yes, that's a good one. There's a funny story. I don't know if it's true. Like Gwyneth Paltrow always says ridiculous shit and sells absolute garbage to people with bullshit stories behind it. And she had a whole thing about alkaline water. It's like you've got to have alkaline water, it's the thing. And I didn't see this video. I read an article where someone was talking about it, so I don't completely know if it's true. But they're saying, like, she's talking about how alkaline water is great, and she likes putting a squeeze of lemon juice in it. And lemon juice is acidic, extremely acidic. So if you squeeze lemon juice into alkaline water, it isn't going to be alkaline anymore. But it's all bullshit anyway. And that's right. Yes, she had the vagina smelling count. That was it's good marketing because it guaranteed people would talk about the product. But yeah, just weird woo-woo bullshit. I had a supposedly whiskey smelling candle. Kinda did. It was just stinky, and Mrs. Angry said, "Stop lighting that in the house." So I'm like, "I'm sorry." Not sure if we threw it out or if it's actually on the back patio, I guess we call the bit at the back. Yes, Hannah, that's essentially it. Alkaline water plus lemon juice is water. Possibly acidic water. It's not going to be alkaline anymore, unless it was alkaline to the point that was a health risk. But yes, if it's mildly alkaline with the pH levels, the lemon juice is going to tip it right over onto the acidic end of the pH scale. Yeah, that's basically my requisite for water, Hannah. Wet, preferably cold. I really like cold. I don't really like room temperature. I do filter tap water, not because I think tap water is dangerous, but I got into the habit when I was in an apartment building that had really shitty pipes. And I mean, you would get fucking rust and residue coming out the taps. So I filtered that water because you had to. And I just kind of got into the habit. I don't even know if it tastes different when it's filtered now, but what the hey. Dr. Ego, remember the jade? Oh, yoni eggs, yes. Yes, don't stick crystals in your vagina. They're porous and will cause toxic shock eventually. Really? Crystals are porous? See? That's some science I didn't know. So if you filter tap water, yeah. Some people do it. They're like, oh, they're worried about chlorine or fluoride or whatever. And it's like, no, those things are actually for your health. Now I kind of feel like doing an experiment of tasting unfiltered water and filtered water side by side, see if I can taste a difference. I honestly don't think I would. I'm like legit at this point. I think me filtering water is just force of habit. There's a school of thought that filtered water makes better ice. I don't know if that's true, but like I said, habit at this point. Mrs. Angry used to have this. Well, no, we had for a while this really cool water filter where it was a big thing like a jug, and it had this column of all these different grades of like gravel and sand and whatnot that gradually filtered the water through, which is a fun fact, good natural way to filter water. If you're lost in the wild and you can come up with a filter, you can actually make one where it's like sand at the bottom and then little stones and then gravel and bigger gravel, and that progressive filtering actually cleans like river water. Greg, that is exactly what I was thinking. Doing an ice comparison, like filtered, distilled, and whatnot. So, Hannah, you filter your tap water because you got here. Oh, wow, that's a good word. Helicopter pylori from tap water and was horrifically sick. Although it can stay dormant in your system for a long time, it's possible you got it from water running creek. That's true. Who knows? Oh my god. Okay, so like I remember, um, like my ex was born in the Philippines, and you do not just drink tap water in the Philippines. You boil it, or you get bottled water. And she's talking about like when she was growing up there, like her ex, who was a Filipino, but living in Australia, and then went back to the Philippines, and he's like, going to drink water. Say, you shouldn't just drink that water out of the tap. We should boil it. And he goes, I'm born here. I can handle this. And he ended up in hospital. He got so sick from pathogens in the water, he ended up in hospital. So I was like, yeah, maybe don't try and be macho about questionable quality water. Just a thought. I'm not the water cops, but if someone says boil the water, maybe boil the water. Oh, yes. What's your water filter, Safa? Mine is just like a Brita filter. Like I said, used to have this really cool hippie-ish one that had all these layers that the water went through and whatnot, but they stopped making them. I was really disappointed because it like really noticeably changed the flavor of the water in a good way. And it's why I'm safe drinking booze. And I say, yeah, keep the alcohol content high enough and the greeblies can't survive. I don't know if you've heard the stories about, oh, yes, in the olden days, people didn't drink water. They drank beer and wine because the water wasn't safe. Apparently, that's not true. Historians have said, I don't know where this fucking started, but people did not drink beer or wine instead of water. They fucking drank water. Oh, yeah, so you've just got a standard water filter too, Safa. Yeah. Oh, no, Safa, we didn't filter water in Dublin. We had a water tank. So we're like, I'm drinking rainwater. It's great. We eventually stopped. It was just like, there was so much shit in the rainwater tank. It's a miracle we never died, honestly. Oh, no, Hannah, it wasn't one of the terracotta ones, but I've seen those too. No, it was like a plastic jug. It was just like a jug about this big, but there was a central column that had this increasingly fine levels of gravel into sand. And then there was a final sort of filter at the bottom, and the water just ran through it and whatnot. I have been tempted to get one of those terracotta ones, actually. Yes, Safa, we were connected to town water, for fuck's sake. Tupper was actually a pretty big city. We're in the middle of town. Everyone's fucking connected to the town water. It all came from Burrendong Dam. My family's water tank was probably 1960s, honestly. It was metal. It was like corrugated. Well, we always used to call it corrugated iron. It was probably aluminium or something, but it's just like the stuff that some roofs are. In fact, our roof was corrugated metal roof, which was super fucking loud in rain and particularly loud in hail. Not that we got hail that often, but when we got heavy rainstorms or hail, very loud. And your dad's town water but doesn't use it. 7 tanks and a filter. Best water. Yeah. I've said it before, but the best water I've ever had was runoff melt from a glacier in New Zealand. Like water straight off a glacier was the most magnificent tasting water I've ever had in my life. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I like cold water. This was, of course, icy cold because it was literally melt runoff from a glacier. It was friggin' awesome. It tasted so good. And if you're with your dad's water, your hair gets super soft and your skin's clean purely from showering in magic water. Nice. Yes, I forget that. Tin roof pops by itself in summer. Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, now you just got to be thinking about blistering Dubbo summers. Holy shit, your dad's got 10,000 litre tanks, multiple 10,000 litre tanks. Hot damn. A lot of magic natural filtered water. Those in the market, Britas are on sale. BW. That's the one I use. So if the filters are on sale, I might go and check that out. Oh God, where's the class? There's no Big W close to me, actually. Yeah, well, two people with all those tanks. No wonder they don't need town water. That does make sense. It really does. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to go out and get some pink lemonade because I really liked it. We're, we're all sitting here talking about filtered water, and I'm going to go get some pink lemonade. Because why not indeed? Oh, that's right, Craig. Yes, the QV, of course. Big W's downstairs. Maybe I'll do that when I go into work on Monday. Because my work is not far from the QV. Little bit of a walk. I feel like the reason I like the Britas is they're so ubiquitous. When the young'uns were here, I ended up with two Brita things. One's just a standard jug, but one was this fucking big one that looks like a fish tank and has a tap on it. When the offspring were here, I used to use that and have a lot of filtered water on hand because they would drink a lot of it just because it was convenient with the tap. They moved out. I stopped using that because there's no point. So I just used the jug. I should eat lunch outside. I mean, we'll see who from the team is in on Monday. Everyone's meant to come in on Monday. I know actually the boss isn't coming in on Monday. But I'll see who's in. Someone wants to go for a walk at lunchtime. It does seem like a pretty good day, and I am just across the road from a park. In fact, there are parks in multiple directions for my work. That's a really good idea, Safa. I might talk to the team tomorrow about who wants to go out, take in sunshine and air once around the park, maybe. Because I had a really fucking busy week this week, but we accomplished everything we needed to. So I'm like, fuck yeah. Maybe I'm going to take it a bit easier this coming week. So Henny, growing up in a hospo family, ended up with restaurant gear. As a kid, you had a whole ass water cooler in the dining room. Suffer does Melbourne have better parks? I don't know. That's a really subjective call. I think they both have good parks, but I mean, what makes a park better is going to be quite subjective. But the CBD is surrounded by parks. You got like Treasury Gardens, the Parliament Gardens, the one in, I suppose, is Carlton Gardens with the exhibition centre, and then down. What's the station on the city circle? But there's kind of parks on three sides of the city, and well, no, I guess it's two sides of the city. One side is train tracks. That's a bit less picturesque. The other side is the river, which I guess is parkland again. So maybe it is three sides of parkland around the city. So, Yeah, no parks on Southern Cross side. That's just train tracks. But there are parks on all the other three sides. So, that's pretty good. Yeah. But you have given me a good idea, Safa. I will talk to the team tomorrow and say, hey, who's up for a walk in the sunshine? They should not have put a roof on Southern Cross Station. Kind of, a big station like that, I kind of have to, mind you, but it turns out to be a badly designed roof because we've had the things with heavy rain downpours make the roof break. You are helping, Safa, and I appreciate it. I genuinely think I'm going to go out and get a pink lemonade because I liked it so much last night. I need to drink something non-alcoholic at the 1 hour mark. You're absolutely right. The rest of the week is predicted to be kind of shit rain-wise. Oh yeah, Dr. Abigail, I think Southern Cross needed a roof, but they've designed it really badly. I don't go there as a rule. It's pretty fucking horrid, honestly. Oh yes, very girly drink, Safa. Pink lemonade. But it'll just take me a minute. I'll be back in a minute. My legs. I'm old. God damn it. Okay. Got my pink lemonade. I also got a funnel because I an idea I might empty the barrel of the Applejack, put it in a bottle. Yes, Safa, if you're coming in from the country, you're going to end up at Southern Cross Station. Apple splash fruit drink. That sounds like it's probably mostly sugar. I mean, I'm not judging, but judging a little bit. No, I'm not. Just jokes. Madam Butterfly, shopping online, listening to stream, but you're still here. I'm here to provide you a distraction. Yes, I guess Southern Cross is handy for Marvel Stadium. I love that as a statement, Safa. I know about jokes. Don't tell me about jokes. I know about jokes. It's all the jokes, honestly. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want jokes in their life, honestly? Oh, now I pace myself. It's a pink. It is actually. I don't know how much it's showing up on camera. It is actually quite pink. Not like neon pink, but we don't seem to have the WA folks tonight. But yeah, I'll see. Yeah, well, I got to pace myself, Safa, because I want to be sharp in the morning. Like I said, we're going to check out the lawn bowls again tomorrow. Get some coaching, see if we can get good at lawn bowls. I think Mrs. Angry did a bit better than me. We had like a half-hour coaching session last week. I think she did a bit better. But we'll see. But Jesus, God, they got so much money at this club because just to set up the greens costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. So damn. So if you got a girly drink, I think this pink lemonade and vodka would be a thing to get white girl wasted on. But it is actually pretty tasty, and it's half price this week. So I think I'm probably going to get some more. We shall see. Definitely reminds me of musk sticks. We had that whole conversation about musk sticks last night. I haven't seen anyone from Twitch in the chat. StreamYard tells me someone is watching on Twitch. But what was that username last week? The femboy? I don't know, but they actually followed me on Twitch. So they might appear another time. Who knows? Oh God, is the chat window? No. Okay. Okay. You're the first one to mention it. Greg checking. Well, again, like I said, StreamYard's telling me there's one person on Twitch, but what had me, this laptop is like my backup laptop and hadn't been switched on in years, and so it's missed a million, Windows updates, and it keeps trying to do it. And Greg, you're going to check for me on Twitch, okay? It keeps trying to do updates and keeps failing. It's ridiculous. It's just like, yeah, no, this is just an old, creaky, and insecure laptop, essentially. It's just like, because it hasn't had an update for fuck knows how many years, 3, 4, 5 years? I don't know. It just shits itself every time it tries to do an update. So I'm just embracing the fact. Yeah, see, there you are, Greg. Nice. Who actually knows is the big question. And where'd you go? Seems to be just you. Lonely. Going back to YouTube. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. It still said when you were there, it still said there's only one person. So I don't know. Maybe the other person vanished. I don't know. So if your sister's old laptop can't install Windows because battery is dead, laptop from 2017. Yeah, planned obsolescence. But I guess that's 8 years with modern technology. I don't even remember how old this one is. It was kind of like when the newer one, although it's a couple years old, but when it died, I had a bunch of laptops that I hadn't chucked out or recycled. So I was just going through them and then trying to find a power cord that worked for them. This is not the most recent one, but it was the first one I found a power cord for. So I said, it's you. You're coming with me. So it took me a second to get that, Greg. That was a bit of a deep cut with Mr. T. Rose to fame on the A-Team, and his character did not like flying. B.A. Baracus, because he's got a bad attitude. I like that I had to think about it for a while. It was from was it? That's the 70s. Hell. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Now I was saying there was like 3 people watching on Twitch. So I don't even know what's going on. I'm just chilling. I was going to say Sunday night, but it's a Saturday night. I'm chilling. Also, fun fact, okay, so this is the first Saturday I've streamed, I don't know, in a month and a half or longer. of course, when I stream during the week is when Mrs. Angry's lad's not here, and on those nights we just hang out together and do stuff. When he's here and she's doing stuff, maybe with him, and so I stream, and he's changing up because of a course or a job thing that he's doing. He's not going to be here on Tuesdays, and we'll be here on Wednesdays. So sometime soon, I'm going to stop doing Tuesday streams. This is, I don't know, maybe for a couple months, and then maybe do Wednesday streams. So who knows? Oh, yeah, no, some of the updates just don't work. I have tried at least half a dozen, because you get the little alert saying you should install updates, and I go okay, and it goes, oh no, I shit myself, it didn't work, oh dear, and she's like, yep, whatever. So I don't think I'll do all this. Also because daylight saving is when I usually start doing Sunday night streams as well. So I really don't think I will do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't think I will do that. But we will see. Ooh, that's an interesting one, Dr. Abigail. Windows 11 can fry some solid-state drives. Ah, what a cheery thought. Maybe that's what happened to my laptop that I left with you, because I'm almost sure it's a solid-state drive for gaming purposes. Ugh. Damn. I mean, maybe that would make sense. I don't know. It's all too much for me to try to work out what the actual F is happening. Safa, the laptop I left with Dr. Abigail crashed to the point it refused to boot, which is why I stopped using it. Even if it was weird and glitchy and unreliable, I was going to keep using it. But when it just didn't work, I was like, oh, well, fuck that. Fuck that to hell. So, although Dr. Abigail's first look, she did say she thought it wasn't as bad as I'd kind of led her to believe. So that's good, because, I mean, I don't know shit about fixing it. Just having flashbacks of the redneck girl in the series Ozark, which is on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, thoroughly recommend it. There's a few seasons of it, finished a few years ago. And at one point, she just goes, I don't know shit about fuck. So Dr. Abigail, laptop will post but won't boot up Windows. There you go. Well, whatever happens, leaving it in Dr. Abigail's capable hands. If she says it's just fucking dead, it's like, oh, well, it's just fucking dead. Because it's all a bit much from my perspective. It's just a hassle. That's what it is. It's a goddamn hassle. But, we'll see what happens. Anything could happen, but it probably won't. Yeah, Safra, it's a few years. I mean, my sense of time is shot to hell. So I legit don't know how to... Whoa, 2,500 on computer parts. Damn. I guess that's relatively easy to do. Lash out on computer parts. Yes, that'd be one of the telltale signs that I won lotto, if I spend a stupid amount of money on high-end computer parts. to have a really whiz-bang system. Dr. Abel keeps telling me to put screens in, and I can't be bothered, and also they cost money. Gee, it's just compelling me to check. How much money do I have? Like, not a huge amount. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, okay. My share portfolio finally went up. That's a plus. Okay, I'm still doing okay. All right. My finances are looking okay. Your mum contributed that because you got that boomer money. Well, that's nice though. Uh, that was a pretty. I was going to apologize for that burp, but that was a pretty benign burp on the spectrum of burps I do. So I don't know that I need to apologize for it, quite honestly. It's like, it's a natural bodily function. Deal with it. Ah. Ooh, love that pink lemonade. So yes, I think different. Oh, actually, maybe I don't want to just sit here drinking. Like, I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to put my Applejack in some bottles, and then maybe put some sherry in the barrel while I think of what to do next. One thing I was tempted, there's a distillery. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, it's like syrupy stuff is dripping out of this. That's really interesting. Well, I mean, it's interesting to me. Damn. There's a little, do you want ants? That's how you get ants. Man, it drops some really syrupy stuff through the gaps in the wood. That's interesting. All right. First, maybe put this Applejack in there so all the Applejacks together. Where is it? I think I could just put this in. All right, that's good, because that's all going to blend it now. Okay, now I want to get a big bottle. So, mysterious cupboard of mystery. That and that. Sweet sherry. Okay, a couple of bottles. Because I don't know how much is gonna be in this barrel. I'm gonna need a sieve in case there's some residue. Look at this big ass bottle of fortified wine. It was on special at Dan's. I think that was less than $10. Absolutely makes me look like an alky. More than the spirits do. Spirits are at least a little bit high end. The $10 fortified wine in 1.5 liters, not high end. Okay, let's go over here. Got a sieve so no foreign objects get in. All right, let's do this. Ooh. All right, some peeing ASMR for people who are into that. I don't judge. I mean, honestly, I do. Ooh, it has gone much more orange than it was. Now seeing it in a bottle like that. Am I going to get bored holding this? Is it getting it? No, it's. I think this barrel's old enough that it's not got any residue still in. I guess probably enough for that bottle. Don't want to overfill it. And now we'll go with the other bottle. Oh, I'll do it from a great height so it sounds even more like someone peeing. Apologies to anyone who wasn't prepared for peeing ASMR tonight. Sometimes that's just what happens. You know what I'm going to do? I'm sick of just going through the tap. The actual hole at the top will empty it out much faster. Man, that is a lot of Applejack, actually. Dang. Okay. Man, that's like 2 bottles of Applejack. Maybe you have to share that around. Okay. Don't need the sieve anymore. But I'm going to put sherry in that barrel, I think. Not I think, I know. I premeditated this. Why do I always say I think when I'm actually going to do something? Okay. Sweet sherry. Australia's #1 fortified wine, McWilliams. They're not actually allowed to call it sherry because of bullshit with the EU. Oh, it's very clear. Okay. Okay, I feel like whatever I put in this next, it's going to be very sweet. After the Applejack and now some sweet sherry. Okay, I also feel like... No, it's not full yet. A little bit more. Okay, that feels like it's mostly full. Screw the lid back on the sherry. Put the bung in the bung hole. Put this back in the cupboard. And honestly... Oh, it's time to make some labels. Yeah, we love labels. Okay, let's put this barrel back here. I have to really remember to clean up this syrup that's here. Don't want ants. Okay. Where are we? Where's our label maker? Hey, Celtic, how you doing? Dr. Bego can jump on Gumtree or Facebook. Secondhand monitors for cheap. I love that you desperately want me to get extra monitors. And my motivation to do it is quite low. Okay, so try and label. Okay, the port cask. And sherry cask. Sounds very robotic. I was going to make a Halloween video tonight, and I was going to wear one of my old Halloween themed shirts, and then there was a problem with the ice, so I didn't. But maybe next Friday, I'll wear a non-cocktail shirt for the first time in ages. It's like a black cat with astrological symbols on it, which seems apt for Halloween. Okay, made a bunch of labels. Okay, port and sherry for the barrels. And I don't know why sometimes the labels stick and sometimes they don't. It's very annoying. Well, the barrel-aged Applejack is actually quite dark. Okay, so that's port. There you go. And this is sherry. And honestly, with my new make, which has been in the barrel for 3 months, but it was a weird color and was cloudy, if it's still that weird color next month when I do it, I think I'll temporarily decant it and then put it into the barrel that's had port in it to get some color. I just want it to have some color. Okay. Public service announcement. If your urine sample looks like this, go and see a doctor. You're either dehydrated to the point of death or there's maybe blood in your urine. Bad either way. And definitely seek medical advice. Okay, well, that's apple. I mean, I probably wouldn't forget what was in these, but I just do forget things. And the fact is, I have the label maker. Charlie sent it to me, so I'd use it. Okay. Quite a lot of Applejack. I guess I might put it in here. Yeah, put it in here for now. While I think of what to put it in. Maybe I should keep it in the fridge. I'm not sure. Celtic had a dream about Aidsy. He was getting loaded into the cremation machine when he climbed out of his coffin and offered drugs to people trying to cremate him. That is very on brand, Celtic. You know, it's been a couple minutes away from the pink lemonade, and I think we've maybe gone pixely. I just noticed the bandwidth warning had popped up for me. So, like it's that bad. I'm worried it might crap out altogether. It's been an enjoyable, if quiet night. Plugging into router or moving closer to it. Good point, Celtic. Safa moves to Wollongong, so you're unlikely to have updates about him. Well, you know, I just hope he gets shit sorted out. As much as he was a dick, I don't wish ill on people, particularly people who are having mental health challenges or emotional well-being challenges. I don't, as a rule, wish ill on them. I think the world generally would be better if people who have mental health challenges got support rather than being cast on the outer, which is certainly, it's still a problem. It was a much bigger problem in the world when I was growing up. People with mental health issues or developmental issues or whatever were just, cast aside or institutionalized if they were lucky. That was the lucky thing, being locked away in an institution, because at least theoretically someone was caring for you. So things generally are better now, but it's still not great, honestly. Room for improvement is what I would say. So, yeah, hopefully things improve for him. That's true, Celtic. Him moving to a place where people don't know him might actually make it easier for him to, get a job or settle or whatnot, because he's around people he hasn't already alienated. And Wollongong's a pretty big city too, so maybe there's better support services there. I don't know. It's the opposite of Cheers, that weird theme song from Cheers where everybody knows your name. I know a lot of the time in retail circumstances, if people know me, it makes me uncomfortable. I just don't like it. I prefer to be anonymous in the transactional world. There have been exceptions. Dr. Abigail, you're on a board called the Consumer Reference Committee with St. Vincent's Hospital, help the entire hospital improve mental health outcomes. Nice. Well, that's a positive. So if you're getting spring allergies, I don't have any diagnosed allergies, but I feel like I've been sneezing more than regular. I don't know what that is. Celtic, when I grew up, did everyone know everyone Dubbo? I mean, pretty much, honestly. Like when I was a kid, Dubbo was like only between like 12 and 15,000, and it was super exciting when it hit 20,000 population. So you didn't literally know everyone, but it felt like it. So they're saying like Dubbo's over 40,000 now. Or if you get, because the council is responsible for a population of 50 or 60,000 dollars people, because it's like the biggest town for fucking hundreds of kilometers in any direction. So the council actually has responsibilities much wider than Metro Dubbo. But yeah, it was like super exciting when I was a kid. Dubbo hit 20,000 people. Now it's 40 odd thousand. But yeah, there was a real vibe that everyone knew everyone, definitely. Madam Butterfly, you're allergic to bullshit. I certainly have a bad reaction to bullshit. I think that's fair to say. I have a bad reaction to people having like real dog shit takes on something as well. When someone just confidently asserts something that's utterly fucked, there's a high probability of me going off and saying like, shut the fuck up. Oh God. So if you're saying VD's 34, he's lucky to make it out of his 20s because of overdoses. Yeah, well. And that is also indicative of mental health challenges. Oh, only 9:30. Here's me being mildly tempted to mix a drink. So, Safi, you're currently in a town of 59,000, but grew up in a town of 14,000. There you go. Celtic, think you're going to Cowra? Can't find a place. Yeah, well. Yeah, Cowra's my old neck of the woods. So if the rumor gets wild was as a teenager, small town gossip is pretty bad. I mean, I never did anything to create gossip, but I think if I had been an adult in the Dubbo of my youth. Like, so if I'd have been an adult in the 70s and 80s, I probably probably would have been deep into gossip. I think when you're a kid, that stuff goes past you. But yeah, it's as they say, or as I say, a whole thing. Any of my siblings have bad rumors? A couple of my siblings had bad reputations. Like my two oldest brothers and the guys they hang out with were apparently scourges of society. And I didn't hear this when I was like little, like later, when I was like a late teen and 20s. Someone tell me, "Oh yeah, your older brother would do X, Y, Z," and there was another family, fairly large family, and the boys in particular, we had corresponding boys in each family, like at the same age. Like mine was 6 boys and 4 girls. This other family was 5 boys and 1 girl, and the 5 boys were all in a year with someone in my family. Like one of them was in my year, but the 2 oldest, my 2 oldest brothers, and the 2 oldest from this other family were fucking woof. Apparently, the shit they got up to. When my siblings band, I mean, my oldest brother did skip town. I think he was having trouble with the police. So he skipped town and basically disappeared for 10 years. None of us knew where he was because of the troubles that he'd racked up in the fine city of Dubbo. I'm going to make something with liqueur. I have an idea. I'm thinking something with. Ooh. Now I'm standing up. I'm not sure. Oh, such a good idea. Ugh. Ooh, what will I do? I think I'll do macadamia. Und. Where's the amaretto? Oh, it's there. Okay. Amaretto. And a little bit of the 70s Israeli choc orange liqueur in the like genie bottle. All right. Let's do this. This won't be a very strong drink because it's going to be liqueurs. Amaretto. Let's go. Macadamia. Yeah. This is like I'm making myself a dessert drink. Just a little bit of the choc orange. Just a little. From the 70s. God, that's a strong aroma. Okay. So this is like choc-coated nuts I'm eating now. Chocolate liqueur and nut liqueurs. Celtic, do I think Dubbo's worth visiting? I certainly am not visiting it. Yeah, it does actually have stuff for tourists. The zoo is genuinely good. Yes, Dubbo has an airport. Dubbo even had an airport when I was a kid. Only accommodates medium-sized planes, like the flights that go from Sydney to Dubbo are propeller-driven planes. They're not like little Cessnas or anything, but last I heard they were propeller-based planes that flew between Sydney and Dubbo. Ooh, Dr. Abigail, do you want to tell a lunch story? I'm keen to hear it. Sorry, what's that software? Use the second round to have Ethernet ports for game source. Well, yeah, I'm connected by a very long cable, but apparently the long cable is, the signal dissipates a bit because of the length of the cable. So the story goes. Anyway, so this is like my dessert, my choc nut dessert. Hello, Dr. Abigail.
Hello. Sorry if I'm moving stuff around and
That's okay.
a bit sleepy because I'm effing sleepy.
I'm a
So-
little bit sleepy too, but I want to hear this story.
Yes. So after the gig today, so we played a gig, right? It was at a clothing store of all places,
Okay.
called Elegant Slacks. Their 50th birthday party. The store had been open for 50 years.
Wow.
And
Good
it's
on
a
them.
men's clothing store, and they sell suits, and it was pretty awesome. So I wore my a blue suede velvet suit, 3-piece blue velvet suit,
Nice.
which was pretty awesome. Anyway, so we went to have lunch after the gig, and it went great, by the way. We went to a pizza place, and I don't know the area because it's Bay Street, Port Melbourne. But one of the band leader actually lives in the area, so he took
Okay.
us to a place that is not just Italian, but purest Italian pizza.
Okay.
And if you know anything about it, was like being in Italy. So, what's my? Do you remember what my forever pizza order is?
Yeah, pineapple and onion.
And garlic, but
Oh, yeah, and
yeah.
garlic. Yeah.
So they outright refused
Nice. That's
to
very
put
Italian.
pineapple on pizza. And so, like, I ordered margarita with pineapple onion, and the waiter's face just went. And I'm like, what, too much garlic? And I'm like, because I asked for like lots and lots and lots and lots of garlic. And he just, and I said all at once, I'll have a margarita with pineapple, onion, and lots and lots and lots and lots of garlic. And he just went, ooh. And I said, what, too much garlic? And he said, no, I can do the onion, I can do the garlic, but we don't do pineapple. And I'm like, I just had this smoothie and it's got pineapple in it. So you have pineapple? No, we don't do pineapple. I said, what do you mean? We're Italian. We don't do pineapple. But you've got pineapple. Yeah, we've got pineapple. We don't do pineapple. Well, how about if you just bring me a separate bowl with chunks of pineapple in it? No.
They were not going to
But
let you sully their
you
pizza.
have pineapple. We don't do pineapple. But you have pineapple. Yes, we have pineapple. So can I have a? No, you cannot. What if I bring my own pineapple? I'll go get some pineapple. No, you
Get a
cannot.
tin of pineapple.
No. There's a
Oh my
crust
God.
next door. I can go get some pineapple. No, you cannot.
Oh.
I can bring my own. No, you cannot. So I had to like think of other options. I
Okay.
almost didn't buy pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going back, except that they did have an amazing chocolate mousse,
Okay.
and that is the only reason why I would go back.
Yeah.
Their chocolate mousse.
Well,
But maybe I'll sneak in some pineapple.
that's okay.
It reminds me
Government-
of I saw a TikTok of this dude who went to Italy and did crazy things to pizza just to annoy Italians,
yeah,
and the shit Italians will do to people who mess with pizza
yeah,
is cray. So yeah, I experienced that level of Italianness. Just the way he
Yeah.
just shot me down constantly. Just
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, literally, governments have fallen in Italy over arguments about what can
Really?
legally be called a pizza. Yeah, no, literally, they have had governments collapse because of a no confidence motion because they wouldn't endorse a strict enough definition of what constitutes a pizza.
Oh my god.
Because they don't have like a two-party thing, they have a whole bunch of parties. So whoever's in government tends to be a quite complicated coalition. And
Okay.
I remember, I think
Based
this
on
was
pizza.
in the 80s. Like, I think Italy has had more governments than Christmases since World War II. Um, uh, but in the 80s, one of the coalitions literally fell apart because someone wanted to codify into law what a pizza
Mhm.
was, and they couldn't get the support across the government, and the coalition fell apart. And
Wow.
because
That
it is literally it's the base
yeah.
tomato,
Yeah,
cheese, and herbs. That's the only thing
and
that's
pineapple.
legally a pizza in Italy.
And pineapple. It's in the definition.
You were lucky they were going for onion, and I suppose garlic is anything that kind of
Yeah.
counts as a herb or whatnot. And with a stretch, you could say onion is kind of
It
falling into
wasn't
that area.
really it wasn't even that great a margarita pizza
Yeah,
without the pineapple.
which is where they fall down if they don't do it well.
Yeah. So they didn't that part of the street doesn't the footpath isn't wide enough for outdoor dining, which is a
Mm.
shame. Otherwise it would have been nice because it was a nice
Ah,
day.
yeah.
Um
For asking, is that how Mussolini fell? No, Mussolini fell when the Allied forces came in and ousted him, and the people went, "Yeah, fuck you," and murdered him and hung him upside down in the town square.
forced him to eat pizza with pineapple on it.
Yeah, yeah, that was the last thing they did before they executed him. Which
Yeah,
was
so that's
after
what
the-
happened to me today. And I don't think I can go back. If they can't serve
No,
pizza
that's
with
pretty
pineapple,
wild. That
I
that
can't
that
go
is
back.
a choice. And if they didn't make you something that was so compellingly amazing that you go, then it's like, well,
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to actually
exactly.
deliver. If you're going to be like that, you
Yeah,
need to deliver.
exactly.
And I
It
have it like
was,
some places. It's kind of like
yeah.
if some people do a really good base or they have a really good sauce or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if they
It
didn't make you
wasn't a
go,
bad pizza. It
yeah,
wasn't bad, but it was more weird circle bread with cheese. And
which is
I live close to Lygon Street,
yeah,
so the bar is high,
yeah.
and they did not reach the bar, unfortunately, for purest
Oh.
Italian pizza plates.
Oof. My
Yeah.
favorite one on Lygon Street is a 4-cheese pizza that includes
at the
2 cheese.
at the Ferrari place, I
The
forget the name
Ferrari
of.
place. It's like they have the trashiest red and white decor,
Oh,
and
but
the
it's a
walls and
really good
ceiling
place.
walls and ceiling are literally plastered with Ferrari posters. It's
Mhm.
such trashy decor, but the food is so good. And it's legit a multi-generational Italian family who's
Yep.
been
And
running it since
they will do pineapple on pizza.
Oh yeah, they'll do anything on pizza. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I made that point to that waiter. I
Yeah.
made that point, and he just said no. So fuck
That's
him.
just their thing. Yeah.
Yep.
But if they've failed to deliver something truly stunning, then it's like, well,
Yeah.
you know what? You're falling down, guys. If you're gonna
Mm.
be that particular,
Yeah, the crust, the base was too thin, and the oil from the cheese just liquefied it. And like the first slice was nice, but the rest just was average at best.
Yeah, so they're not justifying their attitude.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't bad. I got to say, it was I would give it a 7 out of 10 as far as
Yeah,
pizza
but
goes.
not bad. If you're gonna cop that much attitude, you basically
Yeah,
have to deliver 10
you
out
got
of
to
10.
bring your A game. You gotta
Yeah.
bring it.
Yeah. So if I had calzone for the first time, I'm like, it's really, oh my god, local place here does such good calzone. I think Dr. Abigail's had it at some point, but
Not the
they do this
calzone.
garlic and
I
feta
just have
calzone that's so
memories
good.
of all the calzone jokes from Parks and Rec.
All the
What's
calzone
with
is
pizza?
you had a pizza and you just folded it over so it's all sealed in there.
Yeah. You just made a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a pizza sandwich. So for orange, you can put orange on pizza.
I mean, if the rest of the ingredients complemented the orange, or
yeah,
vice versa,
it's a particular flavor. I think you could make it work
yeah.
if you're a creative
But
pizza
as
maker.
long as, because orange is rather wet, it's a juicy fruit, so you have to make sure it doesn't soak through the pizza.
Which is another interesting point. It would depend how you prepared the orange, but I think a creative pizza person could make it work.
And there are such things as dessert pizzas
There
that could
are.
make
I've
use
had some very good
of
dessert
orange.
pizzas,
Yeah.
but it was weird. First time I saw a place that was saying dessert pizza, I was like, "That's weird as fuck. What the hell?"
Yeah.
And then I had one, and it was like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good."
Yeah, I saw it and thought that is the best idea I have ever heard of, and have never had one, because once I have one, that's it. I just sign
That's
me
all
up to
you'll ever have?
diabetes. I just instantly have diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over.
Yeah. That is a thing. Definitely.
It's a
It's kind of like the time
whole thing.
last year when we went to the oh god, what are those fried pastry things called? My brain just stopped working.
Fried pastry.
Yeah,
That's
Mexican.
churros.
Churros. I kept thinking chimichangas, but that's the same thing. No, churros.
That's
The time we
something
went to the churros
completely
one,
different.
and like you ordered like the big serve of it, and he thought we were sharing, and I went, "No, that's hers. I am also getting the same thing."
What's
A big
this?
plate.
What's this share concept?
Getting a big plate of churros and 2 different chocolate dipping sauces. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, that's the family plate. Yes, I know.
Yes. I did I fucking stutter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, they're channeling Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec with his meat thing when
Yes.
he's at a diner with someone and he goes, "I'll have the number 35," and the waiter goes, "Sir, that's a party platter designed for 4 to 6 people. I know what I'm about, son. Just bring it." Or was his other famous line? He was in a mood and they're in the diner, and he says to the waitress, "Just bring me all the bacon you have." And then he touches her forearm and says, "Wait, I'm worried you misunderstood what I said, and you just think I asked for a lot of bacon. I want you to bring me all the bacon you have."
Yes. Or at the wedding reception, and someone brings him a salad, and he says, "Ma'am, I think you brought me the food that my food eats."
Or even when the Indian guy's trying to get him to go to an ethnic restaurant, which was like a Lebanese place, I think, with the food. And Ron's going, "Oh, I don't really like foreign food." He's like, "You love it, Ron. There's this thing where it's like they call it the meat tornado. There's 6 different sorts of meat on the platter." And Ron went, You had me at Meat Tornado.
Apparently,
Oh.
in real life, he gets what's his name?
Oh, Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman gets people who think that he is like that in real life
Yeah.
coming
he's
up to
actually-
him.
He's
He's
such a
not.
lefty, and
He
he's
is.
so nice.
Yeah. Not a you know, my brain kind of goes there too with the Meat
Yeah.
Tornado.
That's fair.
But
it is
yeah.
kind of. It does sound
How
like
does-
a special
how does
thing on
Google-
Pornhub.
How does Google not censor that?
And Hannah was graphically repeating what her customers had said to her today, and it's just like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool, people
And I
fucking
said the
don't.
10 words you can't say on TV that
Yes.
what's his face? George
George
Carlin.
Carlin,
Yeah. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Nick Offerman gets people coming up to him, and like if he's eating out, they'll order him a giant steak
Yes.
and pay for it and say, I ordered you this. I know you like your meat. And it's like 3 people's worth of meat.
Yes.
And there's no way he could eat it all.
Yeah.
And like he's had to stop people from doing it.
Yeah.
Which is
I
just
think
hilarious.
the only bit of Ron Swanson that's close to him is the love of whiskey, because
Yeah.
he ended up doing a thing in character for Parks and Rec, going to Ireland,
Yeah.
in Scotland,
It's Scotland,
and having
yes.
his own scotch bottled. And that was a real thing that was released, like Nick Offerman's barrel selection. And
yeah, okay.
that was real. Like they did it in character as Ron Swanson.
Because that was in the last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I never thought there was any purpose in going to foreign countries, but I found a reason. And they literally released a commercial product. Ron's, well, it wasn't Ron. It was Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So that's real. He does actually really like scotch.
Cool. Well, what's not to like?
I think it was Lafroig. It was one of the really well-known
Yeah.
Scotch makers that do a really peaty, smoky scotch.
I don't mind a peaty scotch.
I like it every now and then. I like it as an accent on.
Yeah.
I think also, oh my god, there's a hot toddy variation that Mrs. Angry and I found that it's like tea, like it's hot tea.
Yeah.
Elderflower liqueur and peated whiskey, and it's the fucking best because the heat just makes the smoke aroma go. So you just bring it up, and there's just this peaty waft coming up in your face, and so it's like you use chamomile tea. So you got the tea, and you've got the sweetness and herbal elements from the elderflower, and you've got just the robust, smoky, and it's just like the way it mixes. It's kind of like barbecue cooking. The smell is so good.
Yeah.
And God, now I think of it, we've gone all winter without having that. I think I'm going to have to.
Time for a
remind
hot
her
toddy.
that we haven't had it. We need to make
I could
one.
use one myself.
Yeah, it's called Le Perebis, Le Perebis, which I think is a place. I think it's named after a place. I think it's in the PDT book. Please don't tell. One of the God, I would love to go to some of the American cocktail bars that are run by, like, you know, the most influential people from the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. I've got it bookmarked. The little ribbon was on the page.
By the way, I am playing a computer game.
That's fair.
At the moment, so
yeah. So it's chamomile tea, peated whiskey, elderflower liqueur, and honey or honey syrup. And holy shit, it's good.
I do like a hot toddy.
Yeah, and I've gone, and this has been a cold winter, and I haven't had one all winter.
Same.
I
forgot
noticed
the
like,
recipe.
Yeah. I
But
can
it's
send you
just
the recipe.
a basic hot toddy. Just I
Yeah.
forgot how to make one. I don't know.
It-
I did a winemaking class and then forgot how to drive. Knowledge just I learned something new and
that can
old
happen.
knowledge just falls out.
Yeah. 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 It's like when you shove too much into a room, something gets knocked out the window or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But oh God, now God, I feel compelled to make it this week. Like I was even commenting to Mrs. Angry. I have 2 dressing gowns, like the summer weight one and a really big sort of fluffy winter one, which
Yeah.
I think I actually wore on the stream one night when it was really
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I'm gonna
oh
make one
wow.
tomorrow.
Actually, that's a good Sunday night thing. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to go to bed soon. That was Mrs. Angry going to bed. But yeah,
Okay.
this big woolly one, it's really warm. And like last winter, I barely wore it because last winter was
Yeah,
so
okay.
mild. And I
It
put it on, I
was a
was like,
mild winter, wasn't it?
it was too warm and I'd wear the summer weight one. This winter was a proper winter. I've been
Yeah.
wearing this one all winter. And but this morning I put it on when I got up and I was walking around and I was, preparing my bacon baguette and I went, wait, I'm getting sort of hot and sweaty. Oh, it's too warm to wear this one today. So I went back to the summer weight one. But it just
Yep.
reminded me like, oh, previous winter, I think I only wore the heavy one like half a dozen times.
Yeah,
But this
okay.
one, I've been wearing it all winter. That's because we had our first proper winter for a few years.
Cool.
Um,
Did I tell you about the art studio that I attend?
I think you've mentioned it. Tell me though what you.
Oh, one of the managing directors actually called me to have a little chat
Yeah.
on Friday, just to just because there was this place specializes in people with neurodivergence
Yeah.
and people with intellectual disabilities. So a lot of the people there, a lot of the
Yeah.
artists there
Yeah.
have an intellectual disability and they get a
Yeah.
lot of the attention.
Yeah.
But there's a few people with just like me who are low support needs.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a disability. We're just like
But you
a
have
neurodivergent.
environment needs. You might not
Yeah,
need
environmental needs. Yes,
support. You
exactly.
have very
So
specific environment needs.
yeah, so there have been a few times when I've had a meltdown, not like I've shut down, and there's been a few times when the cause of those were the other artists, because like they just have
people will do
no
that to you.
sense
Yeah.
of boundaries or
Yeah.
personal space or whatever. And anyway, so Thursday I went in and I was already fucked. I was like, I'd had 4 hours sleep, couldn't get back to sleep the night before. The eating of the cherry. Oh,
I'm going to bed in a
that's a
minute. I'm
sign.
going to eat the cherry
Fair
while
enough.
you're telling me the story.
Yep. And I was nonverbal, which is something this stream has not encountered, because I wouldn't come on the stream if I was
You would come on the stream if you were nonverbal.
nonverbal. I would just stay on the chat.
Yeah.
But I have an app on my phone for when I become nonverbal, and I just like, when shit gets overwhelming, I think, like, it doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I wake up and it's just I'm in such a good mood that I'm nonverbal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm overwhelmingly in a good mood, but this day everything was just too much and I became nonverbal.
Yeah.
And so I was speaking to people through this app,
Mhm.
and I have a support worker who comes with me, and she was like adjusting lights and
Yeah.
like moving things and advocating for me, and it just like moving heaven and earth just to make it okay for me to do my art. And she did amazing shit. Like she got shit happening. It was freaking awesome. Anyway, so after all that, one of the directors called me into his office for a little meeting, and I thought, oh shit, what's going on? Ugh,
Yeah.
am I in trouble or something? But he called me in to say that he really liked the work I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. The latest painting I've done, it like he thought it was an amazing use of color and
Yeah.
just like mind blowing. Like, because I've only been there for like a few months, like for maybe 6 months, and I'm just doing amazing work.
Yeah.
And I'm not an artist. Like, I have no formal training, and I'm just
Yeah.
like making this amazing art. And he just wanted to check in and say, are we doing enough? Which I thought, like, how cool is that?
That is pretty
Like,
good.
I know. And like, they're setting up a chill out room
Okay.
for people who need like a chill out room. And it's not for, they used to have one, but it got kind of abused, if you can imagine. So they're setting one up that is a bit more, the use of it, which will be a bit more strictly overseen. The old one had this dirty, had this 2-seater couch,
Yes.
and there is a loving couple of artists
Ah.
in the space with, and if you've ever met people with intellectual disabilities without boundaries
Without
and impulse
boundaries. Yeah.
control, and
They
there's
can
this,
be very loving.
yes, this is and there was an incident with this one guy who went into the chill out room, not naming names, and no one knows where this place is, and no one knows who
That's
I'm
true.
talking
We
about,
don't.
so
Yeah.
everything's anonymous,
Yeah.
and I'm just telling a story. Could be real, could be not, but he went into the space, and no one could find him for a while, and like, just like, it had been a while, and someone just said, oh, I wonder if he's in the chill out room, and someone just walked in there,
Yeah.
and he was just spread out on the couch, buck naked, and he just
Yeah.
looked up and said, what? And he was just living his best life, just letting it all hang out. At least he wasn't, you know,
He wasn't jacking it.
not, it wasn't, yeah.
He just
At
made the
least he wasn't
decision that right
masturbating.
now I should be nude.
Yeah. So this chill out room will have windows,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's a will be supervised somewhat.
Yeah. Just because people are
Mm,
not conscious of the impact their no boundaries have on others. So you'll
yeah.
encourage boundaries. Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, the director, yeah, just like has been really kind and
Hmm.
supportive, and also really just, I'm flabbergasted how much they like the work I'm doing,
Oh, well,
which is
nice.
amazing, because I
Nice.
think my
That is.
work is amateurish at best. So
But the
yeah,
appreciation is very nice. That's good
yeah,
stuff.
it's awesome.
Yeah. All right. That
Oh
is a
yeah,
lovely story to finish the night
I
on.
know, isn't it? Yeah,
Very, very positive.
middle-aged, um, overweight intellectual disability dude naked on a couch.
Yeah, you know, we just embrace the different is what we're saying. Not
Could be
literally.
worse. Could be a
Yeah.
lot worse.
Could very much could be. All right, so everyone, look after yourselves and take care. Gonna go sleepy bobos.
Nanu.
I mean, probably back on Tuesday, but we'll see what happens in the coming week. But I will say bye for now.
Bye.
You are totally